Serpentine Curve combo. This is a deck you wouldn't think would actually work, but this version went 5-0 in the MTGO leagues very recently, and I think the card it needed to be very good are the pieces of the puzzle. This is basically stock up in Pauper, but even better in a deck like this because you care about the graveyard, and most of the cards you will be selecting are instants and sorceries anyway, so pieces of the puzzle is something we see in High Tide. But now, in this deck, it seems really strong as well. It's a control deck in general. I would say the 4 lightning bolts are mostly to kill the creatures. We play 4 Screds, 1 Fling. This is a combo with the Serpentine Curve because you will be getting a lot of your spells to your graveyard, which is awesome. The only creature the deck plays is the Ogre of Bolas, and all of these cards are hits for the Ogre, which is pretty awesome. They also play the inventory, which is a great way to generate a card advantage even in the Izzet colors as well, and some cantrips for Brainstorm, for Preordain. Those work amazingly, not only with Ogre, but you have some shuffle effects with Lorien as well for the Brainstorm. And obviously Counterspell, and they have decided to go for 1 Loose Focus. We see a snow-covered mana base with 2 landscapes and 4 fjords, and I had to adjust the sideboard just a little bit, but basically we are playing 3 and 0, they play 2, we are playing 2 blue blasts, 1 dispel, they play 3 blue blasts, 2 cast into the fire, we are playing that as well, 3 pyroblasts for us, they played I think 4, but I'm not exactly sure, they played 3 campfire, we are playing 2, and then 2 relics, they played that as well. So very clean deck, looks very controlly and looks like a ton of fun to play, so let's try this in the games. And we are live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Spratek if you guys want to see this live. And if YouTube is not enough for you and you are looking for some more spicy lists or Pauper guides or working with me personally, there is now a Patreon for that, link below, and let's jump right to the games. The first game of the day we go against Lale, who is our good friend, and they are greeting us in the chat. And they always bring in some sweet brew, so we will try this against them. This hand looks pretty good. We are going second, it looks like. We have turned to Ogre, we have some card draw, we have the curve in the hand already, which is pretty cool. And they said they are still experimenting with mono blue fairies, which is completely fine. This is a keep regardless of what they are playing. So they go for the fairies here first. This is not a regular fairy deck though. They've been experimenting with some unique stuff. I think they've been playing like the tap stuff from the Edge of Eternities, and they've been playing some artifacts. Very interesting brew in my opinion. We can go for the landscape because we have no turn 1 play, so we can go for the landscape. And I do believe we will search for an island, even though we have some red spells. We could go for a mountain, but then if you draw like a counter spell, we couldn't really play that if this was a mountain. I imagine they will go for a ninja here. Whether small or big we will see in a minute. It's a small ninja, okay. So the breath weapon is starting to look juicy. We have to be careful about the spell stutter sprite. I'm not sure if they play hard counter spells or dispels. I have no idea how their deck list looks. And sorry about my camera, I will try to fix that. Okay, so they play back the Fairy Seer's Cry 2. They go 2 top, no bottom. Scary. We will correct the landscape, and I think this one has to be an island. We find a volatile fjord. I want to have a blocker for this Moon Circuit Hacker. So what I'm going to do here, I'm gonna play another island and we'll start with an Ogre of Bolas. Find a Fling and a Scred. The issue is we kinda have to take the Fling, because if we take the Scred, the Fling is in the graveyard. I don't think that there is like Flood of Recollection in this deck, which there could be by the way, but if this goes to the bottom, I think we could have a pretty hard time getting it back, so I will go for the Fling this time. And we do, I guess, this on the bottom and this on the top of that card. Okay, yeah, they attack only with the Fairy Seer. This could be a big ninja or a small one. They don't opt for ninja, okay. They go for Ponder. Interesting to play Ponder in a fairy deck, but I know their version is a little different. They are playing some unique stuff with the equipment, I think, which gives hexproof and whatnot. Fairy Seer, they probably found land, I would imagine, with the Ponder, but I'm not sure. They didn't. That's very unlucky. Okay. I think we could just cannonade and be real happy about it, but I think we could also just wait. The problem is they do have, if they have a spell stutter in hand, that will work on us. So we could just not be greedy and use the Fiery Cannonade then. I think we will do that. I think we'll just attack and go with the Cannonade. They don't seem to have many lands, so I think it's okay to main phase this. I'm interested in if Flood of Recollection or some other way to get back some instants/sorceries would be a good idea. They play one Miscreant. Do they have a second one? Doesn't look like that. Bolt. Cool. So first, before we play a land, we will definitely bolt this guy. Hard to block could lead to a ninja, so I will main phase kill that, and then this is a good turn for a volatile fjord, I would say. The attack here is possible. They could flash in like a intruder and then flip that into a ninja. They could also flash in a Gale Blade, but if they do flash a Gale Blade, we couldn't block anyway, so that's fine. And I think we will just run dig inventory at their end step, trying to dig further through our deck. I definitely love Pieces of the Puzzle. I think that's one of the strongest cards there is, if you can use it. It's basically a little bit like a better stock up even in some decks, which is insane to say in Pauper, right? Because stock up is a piece throughout all the formats like Legacy and whatnot. I think we will attack first. I would love to Storm, but the issue is we kinda don't have much to shuffle, but we could draw into something. I will Storm main phase, see what that brings to. Find a Lorien, which we could shuffle away some lands, I guess, if we decide to cycle it. I kinda like it actually. Let's get rid of these two, and then at their end step we can cycle Lorien. We will also play the snow-covered island, and we will say go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The curve isn't super huge yet, but we are fine. We are okay with waiting, you know. We could also just hardcast the Lorien, but then we draw 2 lands in a row, so we draw 1 for the turn. Okay, they didn't find their land, which is really unlucky. They played 2 Seers, 1 Ponder. That had to be like a nightmare for them this game. So we know those are fairies, so we can definitely do some stuff about that. Definitely could go for the Pyroblasts, which are great against mono blue. So I think we will do this. I think we can cut like Brainstorms. I love the Scrats and the Bolts though. I'll cut 1 pieces. I mean, if we play inventories, we could play like 0 or 4, right? So I will choose 0 this time, I think. We will go for the Pyroblasts, and then we will go for double cast. This spell seems, I don't know. I also know they are playing some equipments in their deck. I'm not sure, I don't want to snipe the deck list. I want to stay fair, but I think there are some equipments in Annuls and whatnot. I also like Campfire though against them. I think that's pretty powerful. So we can try this. There is very low chance they will actually sideboard in something like an Annul against us, because they probably have no idea we are running Campfires, right? Ooh, this hand is interesting. Need to find the mountain really bad here, but we are going second and we do have a Preordain. If it gets Spell Pierced, could be bad, but we can keep and try this. We go for a Miscreant, find a Pieces of the Puzzle. Definitely need to use the Preordain, hope for a land. We find a Curve and a Bolas. This is double bottom, still hoping for a land. Lorien is a good land, okay. It's a slow hand, but we have a great amount of removal spells here. And I do love the Pieces of the Puzzle. I think this card is so powerful. They could have a Spell Stutter Sprite. It's very suspicious to just leave 2 mana open if they could have a Ninja after the attack, and they didn't use Ninjutsu. So we will run the Fjord and just cast the Fjord. Still looking for more ways to find lands, because 2 lands is definitely not enough though. They attack for 1. Looks like a small ninja. Alright, I respect that. They will hit us for 2 and draw a card. Do find a counter spell. They have 1 mana open. This is weird. They didn't replay the you-know-who. They didn't replay the Miscreant, so there's something going on. I'm not sure what though. We don't have a way to find the land, which is very bad. So I think I will just try to, I don't know, we can just try to kill the ninja with the Scred. It doesn't matter if you use Scred or Bolt. This could be Spell Pierce, it isn't though, sure. So ninja is off the board, that's very good. They need to take a turn to set up again. They do find the 3rd land now. They now go for the Miscreant. I would love to get an awesome cast into the fire value if possible. Okay, they go Miscreant. This is weird. Would love a land, don't find it though. This is starting to look pretty grim. The worst of all is we can't actually, yeah, we need to discard too. I think it's lose focus. The worst of these is we can't counter a ninjutsu ability, so that's bad. And now we are basically becoming them from first game, where we don't have enough lands. You'll take 1. They probably ninja, right? Oh, it's a big one too. Okay. Should we try like bolting or pyroblasting? I think we can try bolting. This is a spell stutter sprite, I'm sure. It's a counter spell. That's the better option actually. If we draw land, we still can be in this game. If we miss a land drop for this turn too, could be a problem. Yeah, so I think it's a problem. We will try to scred though, and we will say go. They have 7 cards in hand now, which is pretty crazy. They go Miscreant. Hopefully no second Miscreant. Campfire. I guess cast it. We have Pyroblast cast. If they want to stutter or something, that's fine. We can cast. No, we can't because we have no land. Okay. Alright, this is fine. Can get us some life back. Would love to see some lands. I should have mulliganed, of course. They go Gale Blade, sure. So they play heavy counterspells too. Okay, looks more like a regular fairy list then. Well, the Ponder was definitely interesting. Yeah, no blocks. They have a small ninja. A big one too, okay. I mean, we will try to Pyroblast. I mean, I'm not letting them draw a card, right? So we will try to kill the ninja of the deep powers. And hopefully that will go through. They will snap it back. That's actually very smart. And they can swap it with the Gale Blade. That's sick, actually. They decide not to do that. Okay, that's fine too. They'll probably play some small guys. Yeah. Ooh, Preordain. Look, I want to Preordain and find a land if possible. Beautiful. Those are both really good. So, sorry. We will top the bolt first and then put this on top. We will draw this. They can sack this to draw, which is not the best. We can pieces next turn though. They would need to take a turn to set up if we actually use the cast on this. Yeah, I'm passing the turn. It's fine. We have a Pyroblast, we have a counterspell. We can't do both yet, but that's fine. I think I'm pretty happy with the situation we're in. Pretty winnable, even on 3 lands, which is kind of crazy. They go to combat and we know they have the big ninja, right? So I actually think we should cast maybe. Unless they if they have a stutter, we're pretty dead. Because we could, yeah, I think it's just good to cast. Maybe I should have done that in our turn, but they still had enough mana to counter if I'm not mistaken. We will try to do this. It's a stutter, right? Oh, it's a counter spell. Okay, that's fine. We have a pretty free reign on the Pyroblast then. They will probably flip on Big Ninja then. They won't. Okay. Bolt, sure. Do we just pieces or do we play reactively? I think we still have to play reactively. I would love to find lands, but they are pressuring us pretty well here. What's up, Pauper Dad? Nice to have you here. So I think it's time to just pass the turn and see what they do. Like a ninja would be, well, we know they have at least one ninja of the deep powers in their hand, right? I think so at least. If you just want to hit us for 2, I'm fine with that. Okay, ninjutsu. I think we'll try to bolt this guy. Probably have something for it. What? Wait. Oh, I did this too late. I did this in the blocker phase. I had no idea. Well, it had to be in the blocker phase though, because otherwise they couldn't ninjutsu. So they can just cycle these ninjas forever. So we need to wait for this. This is really bad for us. Jeez, okay. We will definitely just use the campfire though. Okay, do find the land. That's really good. I think we have to Pyroblast this guy, but then this doesn't lead anywhere, I think, because they can just bounce the Gale Blade with the other ninja, so I think we will just pieces. I don't think they have a counter spell. They could, but what are you gonna do? Find pieces on the curve. That's fine. Fine-ish. I mean, the curve is really big. And then I think we have to main phase this, sadly. They will flip another ninja. Yeah, the counter spells are pretty bad against them. They snap it back. Okay, respectable. They're playing well. No, you're not, Pauper Dad. We have like 9 more, it looks like, along all the platforms. Okay, they swing in with the Gale Blade. Ninjas here. Okay, small one this time, so they still have a big one in their hand. Jeez. This ninja flipping is gonna kill us soon. They go Ponder, interesting. Wow, that's a great draw. What? That's awesome. The only bad thing about it is we can't support it with counterspell, so we might have to wait, or we might have to pieces again and just leave this up and try to find like a Lauren or something. I'll try to pieces. We can campfire. Yeah, I knew they had a counter. They have a Pierce. Jeez, that's brutal, but Pierce is really good. Okay, so we will hope that next turn we just have to try to Cannonade, I think. They flash in the Gale Blade. They're playing really well. The Ponder is interesting. Never seen it, but I think I've seen it like... Well, no, I don't think I've seen it in the Mono Blue Fairy list. Sweeper's main deck. Yes, sir. We've got the Cannonade. There was a Breath Weapon before. Too many ticks though, so we went with the Cannonade. And I hope the Cannonade will save us here, because I think it's the only option. The counter spells are just so bad now. They double draw. They basically draw and discard, yeah. Yeah, so I think they have they have successfully have done the fairy thing where they just outtempo you. This deck can be fun playing Dimir with Rights. That sounds sick. The only thing I don't love about it is that I think Right of Consumption is sorcery, if I'm not mistaken, right? And Fling should be an instant. Like, I'm not 100% on this, but I think it's like that. But black would definitely be good because of cast downs, right? Just really good removal suit and probably a decent card draw too. Okay, end step. We will activate the campfire. Snow-covered island, pretty good, which means we can support the Cannonade with the counter spell. I love this. Let's Cannonade main phase, not wait for anything. Counterspell. Oh, they'll draw, so they will accept this. Okay, if that's the case, I love this. Unless, or maybe they try to correct the Gale Blade to find the counterspell or something. They want to snap back the ninja. I'm sick of this. I don't want to. Let's just counterspell the snap. Okay, sweet. Now the curve is actually huge. Okay, they go Seer. Oh yeah, it's true that if you go dimmer, there is a secondary win condition in Gurmag Angler. That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, do we just try to curve or do we brainstorm first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Curve is huge. I mean, hit with the curve kind of wins, but I think it was like the curve just kind of takes the turn off and we don't do much because I think I'll go with the brainstorm first. It's just a big guy, right? Like they can jump. I think they have a lot of ninjas in their hands, probably some counter spells too. Curve plus Campfire looks good for sure. They are playing it in the sideboard. They pierce. A little annoying. Think we pay for it, am I right? I think we pay for it like that, so that we have a counter spell up if something goes wrong. You'll say yes. Strictly a card advantage for us now. Did we play a land this turn? No. So we can have a Cannonade again. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So we can go Augur too and find some of these, which is cool. I don't want a curve now. I don't know. I mean, it's quite good. The counterspell is pretty oblivious though, because they have a lot of ninjutsu cards. If they counter the bolas, we're cooked though, right? This is hard. So if we want Cannonade, it would go like that. You know what are we gonna do? I think we are gonna do curve and then bolas on top so that we drop bolas next turn. Then we will just snow covered island and we will just pass the turn. We can either counterspell or Cannonade. If we counterspell, we can Campfire too, which is nice. We are at 6 lives, so that seems pretty relevant. They go Miscreant, okay. Even before attacks, interesting. I mean, I think I will let them hit us for 1. I don't mind at all. Okay, now we need to do something. Let me try Cannonading. I don't want to give them a card. I mean, if you have like more counter magic, you do have more counter magic, I guess. They have like pierces, snaps, counter spells. They are probably, I mean, 100% spell starters too, right? They go Fairy Seer again, Scry 2. So what's really cool about this version is that they said, come on. What's cool about this version is that it went 5-0. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but it's sick anyway. I think I can tap like that. We'll go Augur. We can actually curve this turn. Okay, Devil Sprite. Yeah. No, we counter it. We have enough for Spell Pierce. Nice. Okay. Curve Preordain. We take Curve, try to finish the game, I think. Any order. End of turn Campfire, and we should be in an okay position unless they counter the curve. The curve is disgustingly huge. I mean, it's gonna be like 1919 or something. They go Ponder. Okay. Does this list run Tears? This list doesn't run Tears. It's full on a control combo deck with just 2 curves, 1 fling, and then you run counter magic, card draw, and removal. That's basically it. It's pretty clean, not gonna lie. They go Seer, which means they probably have a ninja. Big one too, okay. Yeah, okay, I mean, we can out Campfire the ninja, but then the curve needs to go through. And I think there won't be a better time to play the curve than now, right? They only need straight up a counter spell, like Spell Starter Sprite doesn't do it, Spell Pierce doesn't do it, Campfire, land, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's curve. Hoping not for a counter spell. They have it, I think. Wow, they drew it. I think they drew it with the ninja exactly, that's really lucky. They said nope. That's fine, that's fine. We will not attack, we are trying to leave this Augur for the ninja. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I've never seen a list like this when go 5-0. I've seen some attempts at Grixis, at Dimmer, because there is the new card from like Innistrad Remastered, I think, where it's similar to Curve, but it's red, right? And that one looks cool too. So do you attack is my question. You attack only with the Seer. If your last card is a ninja, I won't be happy. I will say that. No blocks. Okay, cool. Let's go Campfire. Fjord is not what we want to see. Okay, this just shuffles the grave. Okay, it's just a top deck war now, but I think they will win this, I think. The first game was very clean for us. The second game seems very difficult. Double attack for 2, hoping not for a terror here. I mean, we can out Campfire the Fairy so far. We need some help for sure though. End step, we will activate the fire. Ooh, this would be cool if this went through. Probably game winning even. Please don't have a counter spell. Yes, okay, that's sick. I like this. So we have a counter spell and a lightning bolt. Oof, yeah, they knew. I mean, they know. Okay, so we have a bolt and a counter spell at the same time. I like this. Fling is kinda off here, but still pretty good. Okay, so we will see what are they going to do. Beginning of combat, they're thinking what to attack with. I don't think I'm bolting fairies unless they flip them into ninjas. I mean, at that point it's a little late, but still think that's the right play. No blocks? Sure. End step, campfire. Do we just lightning bolt a ninja there end step? Think we could. Sprite. Jeez. Yeah, I shouldn't have campfire. That's really bad now. That was a misplay. That was a misplay. If we had the counter spell, I think it's winning. Now, okay, though, look at that. That was a mistake what I did there at the end of the turn. Have a counter spell to protect the Lauren. Still need some help again. Ooh, we have the combo. We have a scred too. I mean, I will probably try to scred the ninja. If they have another spell starter, I can just fling the ogre, which is pretty funny, but we can also just counter spell like normal people, I guess. I like playing ogre. I think that's a very good thing to do here. If they counter, we can scred. I mean, we will probably scred anyway. That's really annoying, actually. Yeah. I think I'm scredding the ninja. I mean, they have everything. They have 4 stutter sprites in their hand. Like, what am I supposed to do, though? Are we dead, by the way? I hope not. Jesus Christ, look at that. No attacks. We will try to curve fling next turn, just kill them. I think that's so funny if they die to that. Oh, they go seer. Oh, guys, I think it's happening. This is 5, right? And this is, yeah, I think we won the game. You got to MTGO, played a few games. Leagues seem intimidating, I agree. Have any recommendations? Okay, so first off, they can get pretty expensive if you are not consistently winning, right? Because it's $10 per entry and you only get your money back if you go, I think, 3-2 or better. I will answer that in a little bit. For now, let's do this. Okay, guys, I think it's time. So Lolly, a fairy player, has no cards in hand and we have a curve and a fling. They said, if you have a cannonade, I will uninstall. I'll say, they will not be happy. I have something better. Okay, so they think the worst thing we can have is a cannonade. We will show them that's not the case. We will go Serpentine Curve, 24-24, and guess what? You'll fling it to their face. And that's how you beat fairy players. We win the match 2-0 against fairies. Beautiful. Okay, we go here against Nep. We go first. And hand is extremely slow, but we are going first, so I think we can allow it. If we draw an untapped source, it's really awesome. I think we can keep this one. And yes, the sun is shining through the window. I have my blinds closed and it's still shining through. It's just a really sunny noon, or actually close to afternoon. Dark Pegasus, greetings from Portugal as well. Thank you for that. That's awesome. So Portugal, that's sick. I mean, this might be the world record. There are so many people from so many different countries. This is so cool. Oh no, here is the caretaker, which could mean either walls or spy. Spy is playable but difficult, kind of like hard to play in a way. Walls could be also pretty difficult actually. We find another fjord. I guess we'll just cycle the Lorien then. We need to know if this is spy or not first, and then we can act accordingly. Kyrian Ranger, still have no idea. Could be still walls or spy, right? Could be something completely different like the Soul Sister deck we played some time ago. So they have 3 mana here. It's pretty sick. Oh, it's spy. Yeah, okay, that's bad. Yeah, so this game I will try to explain with the sun shining on my face why I don't think spy is a fair deck if it goes there, right? Because they have basically a dual plan. We will Lorien for an island. They have a dual plan. They can win through a combo, or they can be like a ramp deck and just beat you down, which is wild in my opinion. So they are nowhere near playing 4 lands, so I guess we can just augur, right? And find something cool. Scred is necessary. I would love the bolt as well too, but Scred is good. And then bottom, top. I think we will shuffle the library in the meantime, but that's fine. Spy confirmed. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So counterspell kinda works, and we have removal too, so Mesmeric Fiend doesn't completely destroy us, which is nice. They have 2 lands. If they have 2 more in the hand, they could spy and win, which is crazy to think about. If they have 2 lands in the hand, they can just spy and win this turn. Instead, they go way, which is one of the reasons why I think spy is really good too. They play 8 draw spells, the best ones too. They hit only a Vandal though, but they have a Dread Return in the graveyard. We know this from Dredge, of course. And they go Land Grant. Let's see what you have in your hand. You have a Lotlet Giant. You have some BS in your hand. You have some bad things. You have some... Yeah, okay, you have a Giant. You have a Return. I see. Okay. You don't have many good things in your hand, I will say that. Preordain, okay. Can take a turn off. I don't think we need to counterspell this turn unless they like, I don't know what would need to happen. They still need one more land? No. They have, if they draw a spy and we don't counterspell, we just lose. So we need to keep up a counterspell, right? Yeah. Okay. In that case, I think I'll just inventory end step. Did we play land? We did. That's good. Okay. Kinda just wanna maybe scred the caretaker, because then they have no mana ramp. I misplayed. We needed to use the scred because now we don't have enough for the inventory. But then if they don't go for the spy, we can still inventory, which is fine. Have a nice day too, Sudo. Hey, thank you, thank you. Okay, combat, end step. So we will just inventory. This was a misplay. Would be better to just preordain than main phase. We find the perilous landscape. That's cool. They don't do much now. Think we will just probably pieces because we found a land. Curve, counterspell. We want curve. That's a win condition. Counterspell is just really good in general. And we can say go. If they don't do anything, we can inventory, draw 2. That's really good too. And no attacks. I don't think there's a necessity to attack. They will fetch for a basic with a wildling. Okay. So they have 4 now. We know this, which means they have a spy in their hand. If they have a spy in their hand, they can go for it. That's what I meant. Go to combat. Doesn't look like they want to go for the spy, or they don't have it yet. So we will inventory, draw 2, find double land. Pretty good, pretty good. Find another land. Don't hate that. Okay. I think we can go for the augur first. We can hold up double counterspell if we want. Fling, we have the combo. I want to take that actually. Any order. That's cool. So we have the curve. Just need to get enough spells in the grave. They don't have enough mana even with the ranger to go fiend plus spy. So I think I will take this opportunity to preordain. Lorien I like, I think. Seems pretty good. Let's stop the Lorien. And then just say go. No attacks. So if they tap, they can... Okay, is this a spy? No, it's something else it looks like. Looks like a hardcast Wildling, hardcast Sagu Wildling. Yes, that's fine. That's not super threatening to us yet. End step, I think we will just cast the Lorien revealed. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's cast the Lorien. That's real good. Brainstorm, curve. A lot of lands which we can discard, so we'll just say okay. I love the bolt. I think that's pretty necessary. So in that case, we will just go discard island and fjord. Want to get some mountains in there, still have enough for a counterspell, which is nice. They go to combat, we go for a Wildling. If they don't do anything, we can bolt the Wildling end step. We can also brainstorm too. They will try to lead the stampede. Oh, we have double counterspell, we can use one on the lead, I think. Pretty good use of it, I think. We do find a preordain, it's really cool. I think we will brainstorm first. Frantic is really good. Cannonade is really good. So, we wanna scribe bottom brainstorm and... This is a combo. I do want to play the mountain if possible. Guess the inventory. I like preordain. I like every other card in there, so we will do it like that. Then we will play the mountain. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I think we can use the preordain. We can bottom brainstorm, top the inventory, which we can cast end step if nothing goes right. And then we can just pass the turn. Inventory draws 3, which is really good. 3, I mean, we could bolt this. I don't mind bolting the Wildling, I guess. They go Battleman, that's okay. End step, we will inventory like that. Lorien pieces, cool. We could Fiery Cannonade. Think I will. Sorry, tapped wrong. We will Fiery Cannonade. I don't think this is bad value on the Cannonade. Also prevents Dread Return creatures, which is nice. You can go pieces of the puzzle as well. We are close to killing them here, which is really nice. Or they have 17 in the grave. Like 3 of them are lands only. So that's like 14. Go preordain, okay. I think I will pieces first. Hoping for some counter magic. Beautiful and Scred, this is real good. We will run the mountain, I think. Yeah, we have Scred and double counter spell. I think that should be enough. We'll preordain. Another Cannonade. I like it, actually. Quite a bit. We will bottom. I like the Cannonade. I'll top it. We can double block and Cannonade if you really want. And we did play a land. I won't attack because we can double block the battlement and use a Cannonade if that's what we want. So this seems pretty good for us here. Still afraid of Spy. I think if they go another like Winding Way or Stampede, they go Vandal, that's just fine. Go to combat. End step, we can scred, I think. Cool. 24, is this a win or no? Pieces, okay, let me count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are 23. Okay, let's wait one more turn then. We will attack for 2, because pieces of the puzzle will definitely make it, right? We could also Lorien, but we just need more stuff in the grave, I think. We will tap this, tap this, tap this. We will pieces. Lose focus. That's really good. And inventory. I will do this, I think. Okay. We have 8, so I think it's right just to bolt. Now, beautiful. Now next turn we are winning. We should at least, right? They use Stampede. We will just counterspell. Could lose focus too, but that's fine. Okay, I think let me just Lorien there. Just maximizing the damage. Island, end step, cool. We have a bolt. We will attack first. We will curve 26, 26, and then you guessed it, we will fling it at them. Choose them, sacrifice the fractal token, and there shouldn't be any counter spells. This is so funny. I mean, people don't expect it at all. Should bolt before curve to maximize damage. It's pretty much for more damage. True. I'm not sure how the untapped land situation was. I wanted to protect the curve with the counter spell, and I know they were dead even without the bolt. But it's true. It's actually for more damage. That's very nice. So we know we are running against Spy, which is pretty scary actually. So what do we do with that information? What do they have and what do we want to do with that information? I guess run off some brainstorms, bring in the relics. Is that good? And then campfires. I think that's okay-ish. Pyroblasts, annuls, dispels. I don't think they're very good. I'm not sure if they play any artifacts or enchantments. I like this. I mean, I think if they bring anything specific, we can answer that game 3 if we lose this one. But from what I know, I don't think we need to do much. They have Vandals, they have Fiends. I'm not sure what Spies play in the sideboard, I will be honest. Yeah, especially the Golgari version. If they played red, I would be afraid of Ancient Grudge, but I think this is okay. Ooh, this hand is interesting. It doesn't have much in the early game, but it's also not bad. We can search for some red sources with this. It's better than nothing. I will keep this one. I like it actually. Already have the curve. They go land grant. Let's see what they have. They have a Fiend, Giant, Spy. That's a very good hand. Jesus. I think we might be in trouble with this one. We'll go Snow-Covered Island pass. They can just go... They have a... Yeah, okay. Well, okay. This means there is no Fiend on 2, probably. They go another land grant. Looks like a turn 4 Spy. They go Vine. Yeah. So we need to find the removal spell for the Mesmeric Fiend, which will take a counter spell. This is a very fast game. Unlike the previous one, they have basically turn 4 kill. We will cycle Lorien. I think we need to go for the Fjord there, sadly. Another island. Well, we either draw removal or bust, I think. So let's find removal with Ogre of Bolus, Scred, and Counterspell. Okay, Scred is good. Any order? If they go Fiend, they have to pick up the Scred. They're preparing. They go Fiend. They have to pick up the Scred, but we still have the Counterspell for the Spy, which negates a turn 4 kill. Yep. Finding a Bolt / Scred would be sick. Wow. Okay. Let's play the Fjord. Just say go. Cycle the end. The Troll. We already know they have 4 in their hand, so that's fine. They know about the Counterspell, which means they won't play the Spy, even though we know they have it in their hand, right? That second Scred? Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Winding Way. I mean, we have to let this go. We know they have a Spy. Yeah, it's bad, but we have to let this go. They find everything. They find Acorn Harvest, Spy. Yeah, just crazy stuff. They go Battlement, which we can Scred too. It's pretty good. It's a lot of mana. Probably just cycle this. I don't think the game will go that long with what they have. Probably Fjord again though. Focus is really good. Okay, I think Scred the Fiend. It's always good. Okay, Scred, yeah, that's back. Good. Let's go, I guess Fjord. This is 2 more mana. So if they have a Fiend, we lose. They don't though, probably. Okay, in that case, we need to go to Fjord again. Just sacrifice this turn. They could have taken Counterspell. What do you mean by that? Wouldn't we just Scred them and get it back? Or do you mean something else? Do you mean something? Oh, they play 5? I thought they were playing 4. What? Okay, now that kind of makes sense now. I thought this was a 4-land Spy deck. Okay, they go Vine, or is there even more lands in their deck than 5? Could be, probably not though. Okay, that's a Troll, an end. Okay, we will lose focus that. Your only red source enter tapped. Sure, yeah. So they could combo off that turn. I know what you mean now. Okay, Battlement is annoying though. So I think we will Scred that before they can do anything with it. Battlement is really annoying because it ramps them like big time, you know. Then we just need to inventory. We need to find some stuff. We have double counter spell, which is good. They could like try to fiend. We counter it. Then is this a fiend? It's an X-Bane. I think this deserves a counter spell, to be honest. Yep, two squirrels. Let's go frantic inventory. Fling, almost there. Augur, okay. Let's go Augur. Looking for bolts. Okay, preordain. Any order. Let's preordain. Scred bolt, both really good. Okay. Top this. I think top that. This is really good. And then just say go. Mesmeric Fiend would be a problem. They could just win. No, they are 1 mana off winning if they Mesmeric Fiend. And we are drawing a bolt soon, so that's good. Curve is decently big, but not big enough. We go lead. I mean, we know what that means, but we have to let this go. Yeah, this is why I think Spy is crazy, because like even your counter spells, if you don't counter spell these draw spells, they will just like outtempo you, you know? They have ants, they have trolls, they have Sagu Wadlings. Look at that, they just draw 5 cards for 3 mana, and yeah, the game is probably over then, right? So next turn we are drawing a lightning bolt, which is not ideal. Go caretaker, fine. So they have an ant, guardian, they have tons of stuff, including the ant, but they can only Wadling if we scred the caretaker. Okay, this is their end step. Yeah, so if they don't have this next turn, they can just cast only the Wadling, but if they do have it, they can cast a Generous End. So the question is, what do we want to do with that information? Because we can't reach on a Generous End at all. I guess we can bolt the caretaker. That's good. Guess we can bolt that and just say go, but they will overwhelm us. They have many more cards than we do, so we will get overwhelmed, I bet. That's a Wadling, yep. We might curve, especially if we draw a land, we might curve. That's really good. Let's relic. I would love to curve, but they can just spy and win then, so we can't. Okay. Still don't have enough for a Generous End. Probably play X-Bane or something. Here he is. Okay. Do we scred this? We can't, kinda, I think. Okay, Winding Blade, that's so annoying. See? This this is why Spy is so crazy. Like, look at the card draw. Yeah, I just found another ant and 2 caretakers just for, like, nothing, basically. Pretty insane, if you ask me. Would love to find some preordains or something. That would be awesome. Pieces of the puzzle, too, would be cool. Lands wouldn't be bad at all. Inventory is nice, I'll say. Let's inventory. Preordain. Wanna find the land for sure. Let's preordain. Pieces, land. Did I play land? No. In that case, we can top the puzzle, top this thing, top this. This will add so much mana and they will start bringing in the ends, so we have to scred this. We would not prefer to pop the relic yet, if possible. Decent amount of spells though here. No, they're just beating us down with the Wadling, okay. Thoughts on Spy Ban? I would support it, I think. It's just like it's kind of strategy that I think wasn't intended for Magic in general, so I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I would probably be for it. But like, it's funny because it's not even the top meta deck. I just think it's really powerful in general. Even though it might not seem like it, it's just the play pattern is very annoying to play against. So I would be for it probably. Now, pieces, we know about that. That's pretty good. They're just beating us down really slowly, but we have to go for what we want to go for. To exile first. We have to go pieces, we have to find lands, we have to have enough to just one-shot them with the curve. Lunatic inventory, another counter spell, it's pretty good. I love a bolt, that's definitely something. And then counter spell, this is draw 3 though. Nah, it has to be counter spell, probably. Yeah, we'll just say go. No attacks. Very close game here. If we curve first, then we can pop the relic, and then like that's huge for us, I think. We just bolt one of them. Since we have 2 counters, we can like counter one other thing that's not a spy. Hi Lorenzo, what's up? Same as High Tide. Yeah, I think High Tide is so hard to play against, right? I think that's a pretty good comparison. It's not the top meta deck, but the play patterns are just so toxic, if you know what I mean. Okay, they decide not to do much, which I'm happy about. Let's check out their graveyard rather than hand. There's not much, and we are exiling creatures, that's good. Let's play a snow-covered island, and let's go for an Augur. Bolt would be nice, Cannonade is fine. 17 in there. Okay. This is not bad. They know about the Cannonade, but I guess we will attack for 2. And just Gate Creeper Vine block though, so it's not like something crazy, but they know about the Cannonade. Yeah, this wasn't very good. Speed standard, if you don't have the answers, you lose by turn 3 and 4. Absolutely, yeah. And the crazy thing, especially about High Tide, is that sometimes there are just no answers, you know, like mono green. What can they do against High Tide, right? If they're not splashing a color, they just probably lose. True. I also think Spy is easier to play against, but unlike High Tide, Spy has 2 two different plans, right? Which I find a little problematic as well. We get hit for 3 again, that's okay-ish. And they're just beating us down with dragons. Okay, they go Ranger, that's fine. They untap this. They will go for a Generous End here, I'm sure of it. I mean, we can block for some time, so it's not like the end of the world, but still. Okay, they create a food, which further offsets the clock we have with the Serpentine Curve. Definitely want to cannonade this. Cool. We did find the land. I mean, do we try to beat them down with a curve? I think that's pretty good now, especially because we can use the relic. That's the big part, right? We can use the relic if we curve. That's huge. I think we go for the curve. It's curve. We still have double counter spell. Have a Fling too. 1919. Looking for a lightning bolt for the Wadling then. Ah, no tax. Yeah. Spy is pretty good at hardcasting things. Even in the first game when... Okay, they go Vandal. Now I kinda care about that. We will counterspell the Vandal. I mean, even in the first game, or even the second game, right, and third, when they see you have a Relic, Spell Bomb, or they check out your hand and they see you have a Fairy Maca supported by removal to get rid of the Mesmeric Fiend, they just don't have to play the Spy like right now, and they just beat you down with Dragons and Ants, right? It's like they are a ramp deck and a combo deck at the same time. They go Nelly as Disciple. 3. I mean, probably wanna let that go, right? Either we could counterspell actually, because they have to block with the end then. If not, they lose. What? Okay, never mind. What? Okay, I guess I misclicked the counterspell. That's fine. That's fine. Acceptable. Need to find some stuff though. Oh my god, that's not stuff. Okay, we will attack. Yeah, thank you, Soul. Have a great day as well. Have a great day as well. Yeah, definitely counterspelling the Generous End there. They tap the Wadling to cast the end. Okay. We need to lock in and also find some good stuff. Scred is really good. Wait, do we win the game? Did we just beat Spy? I hope so. Good game well played, but we got pretty lucky there. Wow. GG. Everybody, welcome back to the conclusion. Today we played this deck for 3 hours straight and it is so much fun. And even though we played it for so much time, just in the last game I realized that this counts cards in your exile too. So Graveyard Hate doesn't work against you. So, and since this is a sorcery and this has the additional cost, the only way to actually stop it without you being past priority first is just counter magic. So if your opponent doesn't play blue, this combo will go off every time. And since it works with exile, there is kinda nothing they can do about it, which is sick. The deck is really powerful. It's fun to play. The removal is there. This is like the first time I've actually beat Spy. We went 2-0 against them. Very sick with the counter spells. Love the sideboards. Obviously there were supposed to be more Pyroblasts and whatnot, but even this sideboard is pretty cool. I think there are enough lands for Lorients, for lands, removal package, cantrips, 8 cantrips, really important for a deck like that. The only problem is if you like mill or the opponent mills your flings, or you mill them with the pieces of the puzzle. That's bad, because then you don't have your combo, but it usually doesn't happen. You could play something like Flood of Recollection or something in the sideboard to make sure you can return them from your grave. But even like this, we won almost every game. We have a little bit of trouble against decks with emblems, monarchs and initiatives, because if they stick it, you have the only creature is the Bolas, which is pretty bad at taking back the initiative. But the deck is sweet, it's fun, it's powerful, absolutely get why it went 5-0, and I would definitely recommend it if you have the cards. It can be pretty expensive, but it's extremely fun to play. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Have a great day, and bye.